Hello dear students, today I will discuss part 3 of Unit 4 Chemical Kinetics. After studying this part, you will be able to derive integrated rate equation for first order reaction. This is very important topic of this chapter for examination point of view. Then you will be able to know example and characteristics of first order reaction. Then define pseudo first order reaction. Here pseudo means false. Then derive integrated rate equation for first order gas phase reaction. In that reactions, reactant and product are in gaseous phase. That's why here pressure change method can be applied. Define and explain half-life, that T half, and dependence of T half on initial concentration, that is R naught, for zero order and for first order reaction. In this chapter, only you have to know about the zero order and first order reaction. Zero order reactions I have discussed in part 2. Here I have discussed about the part first order reaction. Now first order reactions, that is integrated rate equation. So this order reactions can be defined like this. A reaction is said to be of first order if its rate is proportional to the concentration of one reactant only. Let us take a reaction R change into P, that is R is reactant and P is product. So we can write rate directly proportional to concentration of reactant equal to K molar concentration of reactant. Here K is proportionality constant, that is known as velocity constant or rate constant. Or you can write the rate like this, dx by dt or dr by dt equal to K multiplied by molar concentration of reactant. Here the rate depend upon the first power of reactant concentration. That's why this is known as first order reaction. Now you have to know about the integrated first order rate equation. That is formula K equal to 2.303 by T log R naught by R. Or you can write this formula like this, K equal to 2.303 divided by T log A divided by A minus X. As you know that K is rate constant or specific reaction rate or velocity constant, or not, or A, small a is initial concentration, that is molar concentration, or A minus X is final molar concentration after time t. So this is very important formula to solve some numericals which are asked in the board examination. Now we have to plot a graph. So as we know that K equal to 2.303 by T log R naught by R, that is initial concentration by final concentration. So this formula can written as in the form of natural log ln R equal to ln R naught minus KT. So if we plot a graph between natural log R with time, we get a straight line whose slope is minus K and intercept is ln R naught. If we equate this equation y equal to mx plus c, so here c denote ln R naught, that is intercept, m denote minus k, that is slope, that is negative. That's why the graph so downward direction. Due to intercept, the graphs do not pass into the graph do not pass to the origin. That's why we can draw the graph between ln R and versus t like this. So this graph is also important for examination point of view. Now dear students, again we can draw some graph. As we know that k equal to 2.303 divided by t log r naught by r. So this formula can be written as r log r naught by r equal to kt divided by 2.303. If we plot a graph between log r naught by r versus time t, so this is equal to y equal to mx, that is no intercept are there, hence graph pass through the origin. So look the first graph, log r naught by r versus time. The graph pass to the origin having the slope positive, that is equal to k divided by 2.303. We can draw another graph like this, log r naught minus log r equal to kt divided by 2.303, that is log r equal to log r naught minus kt divided by 2.303. Now again we can plot the graph between log r by t. So this graph also indicate the negative slope, that is minus k divided by 2.303, and intercept is log r naught, that is initial concentration. So this type of graph may be asked in the board examination. So you have to solve this type of graph like this from the rate equation k equal to 2.303 by t log r naught by r. Now some examples of first order reactions, that is also important for examination point of view. First, all radioactive transformation, that is all natural and artificial radioactive decay of unstable nuclei, also follow the first order kinetics, that is the radioactive disintegration is always first order reaction. Here one example is given, uranium 92 when break into thorium and emit alpha particles. So this type of reaction is known as radioactive reactions, where the alpha, beta, gamma rays are emitted. So this is also type of first order kinetics. Second, decomposition of sulfonyl chlorides in gas phase proceed by first order kinetics, that is SO2Cl2 in the form of gas liberate SO2 gas plus Cl2 gas. Then this reaction, reactant and product in the gaseous form, and the reactant one molecules is participate. This is also indicate the first order reaction. Third, inversion of cane sugar, that is sucrose, in aqueous medium follows first order kinetics in presence of acid. Sucrose plus water in presence of acid gives glucose plus fructose. So this is also a first order kinetics, that is first order reactions. Here two molecules are indicated in the reactant side, but water due to excess amount do not take part much in the chemical reaction. That's why the reaction order is only depend upon the sucrose. Hence this is also first order reaction. Fourth, decomposition of nitrogen pentoxide in CCl4 medium. CCl4 is non-polar solvent, also exhibit first order kinetics, that is N2O5 when break it produce 2NO2 plus half O2. This will also indicate the first order kinetics. Fifth example, mineral acid catalyzed hydrolysis of ester. Ester is formed by when alcohol and acid are mixed, they produce ester. So when ester or hydrolysis produce acid and alcohol, so this is also type of pseudo first order reaction, because here water again do not much take part in the chemical reaction, hence it look like second order but behave as first order. 6. Decomposition of H2O2 in aqueous solution. This is also a type of disproportionation reaction. This I had discussed in unit 3rd electrochemistry and also in class 11th about the disproportionation reaction, in which one molecule oxidize and one molecules simultaneously reduce. The H2O2 break into water and liberate O2 gas, This is also a type of first order kinetics. Seventh, gaseous phase decomposition, that is PCl5 in the form of gas. When heated, this break into PCl3 and Cl2. This I also told in class 11 chemical bonding. In case of PCl5, two type of bonding are there, two axial bondings and three equatorial bonding. Axial bondings are always weaker than equatorial bond. That's why when PCl5 is heated, it break into PCl3 and Cl2, and hence PCl5 also behave as chlorinating agent. But here only you have to know about this follow the first order kinetics. So these are some examples which may be benefited in the examinations. Maybe the reaction is given in the examinations and asked that if which type of order of reaction shown by this reaction. So that's why 7 examples are given here. You have to learn all the examples for board examinations and also for competition examinations. Now characteristics of first order reaction. First, unit of rate constant is time inverse. This I also told you in the lecture 2nd how to find the unit of rate constant by giving a general formula, concentration की power 1 minus n time inverse, where n equal to order of reaction. For first order n equal to 1, so that's why concentration power 1 minus 1, this will give concentration power 0, that is 1, and hence for first order reaction the unit of rate constant is time inverse. It may be second inverse, it may be minute inverse, it may be hours inverse. Second, change in concentration unit will not change the numerical value of K. This I also told you, the value of K depend upon temperature, not the concentration of reactant. Third, T half, that is half life, is independent of initial concentration. The formula for first order kinetics of T half equal to 0.693 divided by K is rate constant, and T half is half life of first order reaction. One more formula you have to know, that average life is equal to 1 by K. Now for characteristics of first order reaction, this I also explained you. Log A minus X, that is final concentration, or log R versus T graph is a straight line whose slope is minus K by 2.303. In this lecture I draw the graph between the log R versus T whose slope is minus K by 2.303. Fifth point, exponential form of first order equation you can write like this: Ct equal to C0 e की power minus Kt, or you can write also like this: R equal to R naught e की power Kt. This is the exponential form of first order reaction. So these 5 property about the first order also you have to know for your examinations. Now one examples are given here to explain how to use the formula K equal to 2.303 divided by T log R naught by R. So example, the initial concentration of N2O5 in the following first order reaction, N2O5 break into 2NO2 plus half O2 was 1.24 into 10 की power minus 2 mole per liter at 318 Kelvin. The concentration of N2O5 after 60 minutes was 0.20 multiplied by 10 की power minus 2 mole per liter. So calculate the rate constant of the reaction at 318 Kelvin. These are final concentration and is given and time is also given. So we use the formula of first order reaction log R1 by R2, that is log R initial by R final equal to K T2 minus T1, that is at time 0 T equal to 0, T1 and T equal to 2, T2 equal to 60 second, 2.303. So K equal to 2.303 divided by T2 minus T1 log R1 by R2. Now putting the values, R1 is given 1.24 into 10 to the power minus 2 and R2 is given 0.20 into 10 to the power minus 2 mole per liter. After putting the value and I am solving solving this, we got the value of K equal to 0.0304 minute inverse. Here the value of log you can seen from log table. The value of 6.2. How can you see the value of log 6.2? So before point 1 digits are there, so you can add the 0. Then you have to see in the log table 62 ka 0. So 0 written because before the point 1 digits are written. To write the 0, then apply the point and go to the log table and see the 62 ka 0. We got the answer of log 6.2. By putting the value of log 6.2 and now solving, we get K की value K equal to 0.0304 minute inverse. So by this way you can use this formula. This is very important formula for examination point of view. Now pseudo first order reaction. As the name indicate, pseudo means false. They look like second order, but basically it is a first order reaction. So that's why this is known as pseudo first order reaction. So when one of the two reactant is present in large excess, then you can think about the pseudo first order reaction. So one examples are given here to explain this. During the hydrolysis of 0.01 mole of ethyl acetate with 10 mole of water, the concentration of water does not get altered much during the course of reaction and the reaction behave as first order reaction. Such reactions are called pseudo first order reactions. For example, acidic hydrolysis of ester. The ester, when hydrolyzed in presence of water, that is in excess amount, in acidic medium, will gives acid plus alcohol. Here, as the water is in excess, so that's why the amount of water does not get altered much during the reaction. Hence, the reaction rate depend upon the concentration of ester. That's why this reaction seem to be second order, but basically it is a first order. That's why it is known as pseudo first order reaction. So how can you know about this? Whether its given reaction is first order or pseudo first order? So if out of two reactant, one is in large excess, that is maybe in water, in the medium, in that condition the reactions are pseudo first order reaction. Here basically in NCERT two reactions are given, one hydrolysis of ester and one inversion of cane sugar. So both are written here. Again look the second reaction, sugar plus water will gives glucose plus fructose in presence of acidic medium. This is also known as inversion of cane sugar. This reaction also came so many times. So these two examples you have to learn for pseudo first order reaction. Again listen, if out of two reactant one is present in large excess, that reaction is known as pseudo first order reaction. Now integrated rate equation for first order gas phase reaction, that is calculation of rate constant by pressure change method. Here reactants and product are in gaseous phase, so that's why we can calculate the rate constant in term of pressure. So now this method is used for gaseous reaction. As reaction proceed, there is change in pressure take place. So now let us take example for a reaction A in the form of gas change into B and C in the form of gas. Now the initial pressure at T0, that is time now not started. So the total pressure of A is here taken Pi, and the pressure of B is 0, pressure of C is 0. But pressure time T, the X amount of A will change into B and C. So that's why the pressure at time T, Pi minus X, convert into X and X. Here X is the number of mole of A which change into product, that is B and C. Now thus total pressure, that is P total at time T equal to Pi minus X plus S, that is Pt equal to Pi plus X. Now we can calculate X equal to Pt minus Pi, as we know that Pa at time T equal to Pi minus X. Now putting the value of X, we find the Pa equal to 2 Pi minus Pt. Now putting these values in the rate constant of first order reaction, the K equal to 2.303 by T log Pi, that is initial pressure, divided by Pa, that is final pressure. Now by putting the value of Pa, we got the formula like this: K equal to 2.303 by T log Pi by 2 Pi minus Pt. Here Pi the initial pressure and Pt the total pressure at time T. Again, where Pi is initial pressure of Pa and Pt total pressure of gaseous mixture containing A, B and C. Remember that according to Dalton's law of partial pressure, P total equal to Pa plus Pb plus Pc. So this formula you have to use when in place of concentration pressure is given. Now one numerical based on rate constant in term of pressure, so that you can know that how you can use this formula when pressure is given in place of concentration. So now one examples are taken in the form of question. The following data were obtained during the first order thermal decomposition of N2O5 at constant volume. So 2N2O5 in the form of gas will change into 2NO2 O4 gas plus O2 gas. Here two experiments are given. One at time 0, the total pressure 0.05, but after time 100 seconds, the total pressure will be 0.512. So now calculate the rate constant. The answer, let us pressure of N2O5 gas decreased by 2x. Region 2 molecules are taken. For 1 molecule 1x, for 2 molecule 2x ATM. At 2 molecules of N2O5 decomposed to give 2 mole of N2O4 gas and 1 mole of O2 gas. The pressure of N2O4 increased by 2x ATM, and that of O2 gas increased by x ATM. So we write the equation like this: 2N2O5, this will gives 2N2O4 plus O2 at time T, that just start T equal to 0, 0.5 ATM. That's initial pressure of N2O5, 0 ATM of N2O4 and 0 ATM O2. But after time T, 0.5 minus 2x ATM will change into 2x ATM of N2O4 and x ATM of O2. Now P total equal to Pn2O5 plus Pn2O4 plus PO2. So here Pn2O5 at time T 0.05 minus 2x and Pn2O4 2x plus PO2 x, we get 0.5 plus x. So we can find the x here, x equal to Pt minus 0.5 Now P(N2O5), that is final pressure at time t, equal to 0.5 minus 2x. Now putting the value of x, we got 0.5 minus 2 pt minus 0.5. This will gives 1.5 minus 2 pt. At t equal to 100 second, pt equal to 0.512 atm is given. So now put the value of pt. We got the P(N2O5) equal to 1.5 minus 2 into 0.512. This will gives 0.476 atm. So this is the final pressure of P(N2O5 and initial pressure is 0.5 atm. Now putting these value in the formula of rate constant, K equal to 2.303 by T log Pi by Pa equal to 2.303 by 100 second log P0 0.5 atm divided by 0.476 atm. So by putting these values and solving, we get the value of K equal to 4.98 into 10 to the power minus 4 second inverse. Here also you have to use the log table to calculate the value of log 0.5 divided by 0.476 atm. So this type of questions, in terms of pressure, you use the formula of rate constant like this. Now half-life, that denoted by T half, as the name indicate, half-life. The half-life of a reaction is the time in which the concentration of the reactant is reduced to 1/2 of its initial concentration. It is represented as T half. So we can write a general formula about the T half. So T half is directly proportional to 1 by R naught n की power n minus 1. Here n indicate the order of reaction. That is, if order is n equal to 0, that is 0 order reaction, the T half directly proportional to initial concentration, and for n equal to 1, that is first order reaction, T half is independent of initial concentration. This is also very important formula for numerical point of view in this chapter. Now dependence of T half on R naught for 0 order reactions and for first order reaction. So let us explain about the 0 order reaction. As we know that the rate constant given by the equation for 0 order equal to K equal to R naught minus R divided by T. If we taken T at T half, in that condition the final concentration become half of initial concentration, that is R equal to R naught by 2. By putting these value in rate constant equation, we got the T half equal to R naught by 2K. That indicate the T half is directly proportional to initial concentration. Now note, it is clear that T half for 0 order reaction is directly proportional to initial concentration of the reactants and inversely proportional to the rate constant. So this is derivation of T half for 0 order reaction. This derivation can be asked in 1 marks question. It's a very simple derivation. You can find the T half value by knowing the rate constant value of 0 order reaction. Now for the first order reaction. So for the first order reaction, as you know that the value of rate constant equal to 2.303 by T log R naught by R. Here again at T equal to T half, R equal to R naught by 2. Putting these value of T and R in the above equation becomes K equal to 2.303 divided by T half log R naught by R naught by 2. On solving this, K equal to T 2.303 divided by T log 2, that is 2.303 by T log 2 have value 0.3010. This you have to learn. The value of log 2 equal to 0.3010. Now we know that T half equal to, by solving this we get the answer T half equal to 0.693 divided by K. This indicates that the value of T half do not depend upon the initial concentration of the reactant. So note that it is clear that it can be seen that for a first order reaction, half-life period is constant, that is, it is independent of initial concentration of reacting species. So this is also very important formula. This derivation also can be asked in the board examinations. So by knowing the first order rate constant equation, we can find the T half like this, and this indicate that T half not depend upon the initial concentration of reactant. Now graph is drawn. We show the T half for zero order and T half for the first order reaction. So first order reaction, the T half do not depend upon the concentration. That's why the graph goes to the parallel to the slope goes to the parallel to the concentration. But for zero order reaction, T half directly proportional to concentration. That's why the graph pass to the origin having the positive slope like this. So this graph you also have to learn. By giving this graph, maybe ask the questions out of this graph which indicate the first order and which indicate the second order, first order, and which indicate the zero order reaction. Now some more type of questions may be asked like this. In fact, we can define any life. Suppose we want to define 7/8 life, 1/2 life, 3/2 life, like that we can define the 7/8 life. So this type of question, how can you solve this? So first of all, you have to write the rate constant K equal to 2.303 by T log A by A minus X. A is initial concentration or A minus X is final concentration. Now we have to find that 7/8 life. So T is 7/8 equal to X equal to here 7/8. So now put the value of X equal to 7A/8, because 7/8 part of A can be decomposed. So that's why the value of X equal to 7A/8. Now putting the value of X in rate constant K equal to 2.303 divided by T 7/8 log A divided by A minus 7A/8 like this. So we got 7/8 T 7/8 equal to 2.303 by K log 8. Log 8 we can write like this, 2 to the power 3. So that's why we can find like this 2.303 by K 3 log 2. We know the value of log 2. Log 2 equal to 0.3010. By putting these values or in term of T half, we can calculate the log T 7/8 equal to 3 multiplied by T half. That is, now the value of T 7/8 will be 3 times of T half. So like this you can calculate any life now. Important things is that in a first order reaction, time required for completion of a definite fraction is independent of initial concentration of reactant. Again here you have to know that T half do not depend upon the initial concentration of reactant for the first order kinetics. Now some questions are given here. How can you use the formula? So question number 1, the T half of a first order reaction is 60 minutes. The T half is given. So what percentage of life will be left after 240 minutes? So as we know that T half equal to 0.60693 divided by K. So now putting the value of K in term of T half. So first of all we can write the equation like this, the rate equation, that is the value of rate constant equal to K 2.303 by T log A naught by AT. Here A naught is the initial concentration and AT is the final concentration. So now in place of K, we put the value in term of T half, that is 0.693 divided by 60 equal to 2.303 by 240, time is given in minute, log percentage is asking, so that's why we take 100% initial concentration. Now we have to find the AT. So by solving this, we have to calculate NT log and then we find the percentage AT equal to 6.25 percentage. So this type of question may be asked, and find the value of final concentration in the term of NT log. Now second question, a first order reaction has the rate constant 10 की power minus 2 second inverse. Look again, here second inverse is given, that means this indicates the first order reaction. Here though given the first order reaction, but if it not given, you can also looking the value of K, find the order of reaction. To calculate the half-life period of this reaction, so as we know that for the first order reaction T half equal to 0.693 divided by K, here K is given, so by putting the value of K, we can find the T half, that is 69.3 seconds. Now dear students, overall we can explain the total integrated rate law of reactions of zero and first order reaction. So first we have discussed about the zero order reaction. So order 0, reaction type R change into P. Differential rate law we can write like this, dr by dt equal to minus K, because the rate do not depend upon the initial concentration, that is not depend upon the concentration of reactant. If we integrate this law, to we find the integrated rate law equation, Kt equal to R naught minus R. Here the straight line plot is drawn when we plot a graph between R and the final concentration versus T. Half-life T half for zero order reaction is R naught divided by 2K, and then unit of K, concentration, time inverse, or mole per liter time inverse. So these are the summary of zero order reactions which you have to know. Then first order reaction, again R change into P product, R naught dr by dt equal to minus K R, that is rate depend upon the concentration की power 1. Integrate this equation, we find the rate law, R equal to R naught e की power minus Kt. The plot when we drawn between natural log R versus T, this also gives the straight line. Half-life for this is natural log 2 by K, and the unit of K is time inverse, that is second inverse, minute inverse. In the half-life, ln 2 divided by K, ln x is equal to basically in the term of log 2.303 log. So here we can also write ln 2 by K equal to 2.303 log 2 by K. So this is the summary of integrated rate law for zero order and first order, and also here summarize about the half-life and unit of K. Now you have to know about that factor affecting rate of a reaction. So first factor is concentration of reactant, that is the concentration of reactant increases, the reaction rate also increases. Second, surface area of reactant. If the surface area of reactant increases, that is reaction rate also increases. Here you can take one example. If someone asks you about that, a large piece of coal is burned fastly or powder coal is burned fastly, so your answer is powder coal, because they have more surface area. Third factor, temperature. As the temperature increases, the rate of reaction also increases. That's I also told you about that. The rate of reaction and Rate constant also depend upon the temperature. Fourth factor, you have to know that nature of the reactant, that is, if the reactants in the gaseous form, the reaction is increases more in comparison to liquid state and solid state. So that's why the reactant nature also increase the reaction rate. Then presence of catalyst. Catalyst may be promoter, may be inhibitor. If the catalyst are promoter, they increase the rate of reaction, and when the catalyst are inhibitor, they decrease the rate of reaction. And lastly, this is also most important factor, activation energy. The less the activation energy, more will be the rate of reaction. So these 6 factors which you have to know for reaction rate and how these factors affect the rate of reaction. Now some solved example for practice. First, radioactive disintegration. In which type of reaction? So again I have told you that radioactive disintegration is the first order reaction. So that's why the rate of disintegration of a radioactive substance is directly proportional to the amount of substance present. Hence it is a first order reaction. Now second example, the rate constant of a first order reaction is 0.0005 minute inverse. Calculates its half life. So again I have given you formula, T half equal to 0.693 divided by K. Now putting the value of K, we can calculate the half life of first order reaction like this. Third, the rate constant of a first order reaction involving compound A was found to be 0.082 minute inverse. When the initial concentration of A is 0.15 mole per liter, so how long will it take for the concentration of A to drop to 0.03 mole per liter? So here we have to find the T. Again we can use the formula K equal to 2.303 by T log A by A minus X. Here K is given, A and A minus X is also given. So by putting the value of this, by putting the value of these, we can find the value of time on solving these equation. So here the time required to decrease the concentration is 19.6 minute inverse. So like that you can also solve the question which are based on first order kinetics. Now question number 4. One more this type of question is asking in the board examination. A first order reactions is 20% complete in 10 minutes. So calculate the time taken for reaction to go to 80% completion. So here first of all you have to find the value of K. So K equal to 2.303 by T log 100 by 100 minus 80, because the initial concentration is 100, 20% completed, that by 100 minus 20 gives 80, the final concentration. So now putting the value of this, we can find the value of K equal to 0.0223 minute inverse. Now use this value of K to calculate the time required for 80% completion. Here the reaction is first order, that's why this is not depend upon the concentration of reactant, that's why K is same for both the reaction. So now applying the first order equation for 80% completion, T equal to 2.303 by T log 100 divided by 100 minus 80, because 80% completed. Left amount is 100 minus 80. So by putting the value of k here also, we can find the value of t like this. This type of question may be asked 20%, 80% completed, 100% completed. So this type of question you can solve like this. You have to find the value of k, then the same value putting in the next equation to get the time t like this. Now self-assessment test. Some questions are given here to know your understanding power. Question number 1, a first order reaction is found to be have a rate constant k equal to this. So find the half-life of the reaction. So you can calculate half-life for first order reaction equal to half-life equal to 0.693 divided by k. By this equation you can find the value of half-life for first order. Second question, first order reaction take 40 minutes in 30% decomposition. So calculate t half value for it. So first of all you have to calculate the k from equation k equal to 2.303 by t log r naught by r. Here 30% decomposition, that means 70% are left. So by putting these value, calculate k, and then from value of k you can calculate t half for first order kinetics. Third, calculate the half-life of the first order reaction from the rate constant given below. Here k is given in minutes, years, and second. So no need to change this value. You have to write this value as such and find the value of half-life for given first order rate constant. Now dear student, again do all work in classwork copy, prepared a note with the help of PPT video. Stay safe, stay healthy and keep learning. Thank you.